Today, we are going to tell the time when time became time for the first time. Let's illuminate together. Roll title card. If you want a flash of production, then this show is not for you. Thank you for joining me today in the middle of the week of creation. This is a Wednesday, and as such, I just wanted to take the time to just encourage you in the darkness of your week. Yes, you're about to enter halfway through, and it may look a little glum. It may be a little dark that you still have 3 more days of work, maybe some of you, but you can get through this. I believe in you. Today, we are going to talk about just that subject, because today is the day where God makes sense out of nighttime. We are going to read Genesis 1:14 through 19. And this is just the first day that time comes into existence, right? And yeah, let's just get into the text and then we'll talk about the planet parade going on right now. All right? Then God said, "Let there be light bearers, sun, moon, stars, in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night. And let them be useful for signs, tokens of God's providence and care, and for markings of seasons, days, and years. And let them be useful as lights in the expanse of the heavens to provide light on the earth." And it was so, just as he commanded. God made the 2 great lights, the greater light being the sun, to rule the day, and the lesser light being the moon, to rule the night. He made the galaxies of stars also, that is, all the amazing wonders in the heavens. God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to provide light upon the earth, to rule over the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good, and he affirmed and sustained it. And there was evening and there was morning, the 4th day. Up to this point, we've been using that beautiful metaphor of a sun setting on our day and a sun rising on our day as a symbol, just to move us through the concept that we aren't quite old enough to understand what time is yet and its importance on our lives. When we get as an infant, we are maturing unaware of the fact that we're aging. We have our birthdays, but the first birthday, I've been to a lot, but there's a lot more cake massacre than anything. Cake everywhere, right? And the older we get, the more we understand that Christmas comes around this time of year, and spring break comes around this time of year, and we mark our seasons through holidays and exciting events that our family and friends do. And in many ways, you can look at that as our solar system, right? The purpose that life needs this sort of movement forward through time. A seed needs to start off small and then, given time, grow up into the full tree. And this is where we are at. That next need in life is time, and time is inescapable, so they say, right? It's always after all of us. Just right now, as I'm speaking, that statement's already in the past. In about 2 more seconds, I'm going to say something in the future. And this is how time is so cool. Right now, we are experiencing what they call a planet parade. All right, and this is where all of our planets are 7 of our planets are supposedly lining up in a row. And this is like stuff of fiction, right? How many superheroes are fighting against a galactic power that gets more powerful by the alignment of the planets, right? It's in our fiction all the time. We look at those stars for understanding. And we've created sciences called astronomy to where we better understand these galaxies and naming them and labeling them. And then we've also looked into the signs and symbols that help us better understand ourselves, like astrology. And we know people who understand a Cancer is this and a Virgo is that. And we know in this text too that Magi followed a star, didn't they? This God is an abstract deity. The reason why he picked these moons and these stars are not just for their scientific meaning, but for what they symbolize around us. What is the sun in our lives? What gives us the most light and power in our mornings? What are we the most excited to do with our day? These are good questions that we should be asking ourselves on these Wednesdays. In the darkness, where's our North Star? Where's our moon? What constellation are we looking at? The Big Dipper? The Little Dipper? Right? What animals are we seeing? Are they guiding us through the darkness? Are they can they represent some of our school teachers? Our friends, right? These points of light in our lives as we grow older that impact it, influence that tree of knowledge that builds under that giant sun that we've put there in our brain, our consciousness. And what this book asks of us is, are we going to get all of our energy from that sun, or those astrologies, or the astronomies? Or are we going to get our energy from the guy, the thing, the it? It doesn't matter the gender, because it's abstract deity, right? He's all in it. He's all in everything. He's infinite. And that's the promise that he's giving us in this text is, if you continue to seek after me, you'll have an infinite wealth of knowledge. You can go as far as the stars and never quit learning. And the Planet Per Days prove to us that we are just getting familiar with our own solar system, let alone other galaxies. This is how much God loves people who try to discover him, discover what he created. These different galaxies, these different stars that we love staring up at, that sometimes we put on the ceiling in our bedroom. Well, until next time, Illuminators, this is your humble narrator reminding you that you are loved by the God that looks at you as his son or daughter.